We're still here at Turning Point USA with none other than Alex Stein. Thank you for talking with me. How are you, sir?
Raj, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, the pleasure's ours. For the folks that don't know exactly what you're doing these days, you're doing so many things. Tell us what you're involved in.
Well, for the people that don't know who I am, I'm Tucker Carlson's biological stepson. He, I'll be honest, he didn't really acknowledge me till later on in life, but he still came in my life later on, so it's still very good. I'm so thankful for him. But no, I got a lot going on. I'm doing a lot of work for Turning Point. But you know what's really frustrating me right now is I love Donald Trump and I support Donald Trump, but I'm just a little worried right now about this government transparency. So right now I'm kind of focused on putting the pressure on the government to give us the transparency that they told us and campaigned on. So that's kind of what I'm focused on.
You're talking about the Epstein files.
Just the Epstein files, and they gave us some JFK stuff, and I'm not blaming Donald Trump, but I'm a little mad at Pam Bondi. I think that she's not being 100% honest with what she's saying. And I'm not even necessarily calling her a liar because there's classified levels of information, so there's stuff that she can't even legally is allowed to tell us. But my point is, when it comes to transparency, I voted for it. I voted for redemption, so I want that redemption arc to start. So I'm kind of focused on putting a little pressure on that. And I want to get my friend Joe Exotic pardoned out of jail. I need to get Joe Exotic freed.
So with everything happening, there's so many people, like you mentioned, Joe Exotic, that are either still incarcerated or maybe released, but still they still have this record. They can't get jobs, they can't work. What is it going to take, do you think, to turn that around?
Well, I don't know. I think that Donald Trump is obviously going to fix this country, but at the same time, it's like, sometimes there's stuff that even Donald Trump can't fix. So I'm kind of worried about that. I worry about what's going to happen after Donald Trump leaves, and I'm worried about the deep state taking control. And our criminal justice system, I'm actually in the bail bond business, it's terrible. Like, they give people sentences that are just, way too harsh. I just saw a guy in Washington State. He was a poll watcher, and he didn't wear a mask. And this is in 2024, and he just got convicted of a felony. So people are still using the criminal justice system to go after people for their political viewpoints, and that's still happening even under Donald Trump. So it's just got to be, vigilant and bring awareness to it and trying to stop it.
There are things that are working well, the things that are not working well, and there's a divide, it seems, even with conservatives. You mentioned that.
Big conservative divide right now, I've noticed, especially on the Epstein stuff, and a little bit on this immigration. Obviously, I want the Trin de Arrugas and the gangbangers to get deported, but I think the big booty Latinas should stay. And I'm not even kidding. Like, if you're a lady, if you're a 9, you're fine. I'm not worried about a lady coming over here and robbing me. I'm not worried about a lady, doing something bad. So I'm just kind of worried. I see these videos and I go to these ICE protests and they're very intense. So I'm worried about one of these protests, somebody getting hurt. So I would like it if we just get all the gangbangers out and leave the ladies.
It's important to kind of keep a sense of humor about it, and that's so good. You do that so well. And it's a frustration point. If people want to learn more about what you're doing, follow you, that maybe not be following you.
Yeah.
You have a podcast, you have a channel.
Yes, please, guys, follow my podcast, Primetime with Alex Stein on the Blaze. I've had a lot of great guests. Tucker Carlson, my biological stepdad's been on. Laura Trump's been on. A lot of great guests. So please follow my podcast, because politics, sometimes we get caught up in the culture war, and we get I get too. We get black-pilled and depressed, and we kind of, we lose hope. So we need a little comedy. So if you guys want a little sugar to make the medicine go down a little better, come watch the Pimp on a Blimp, Primetime Alex Stein.
Hey, we're talking about Alex Stein. Can I mention, as we close over here, can we mention something that we're doing in Florida?
Yes, please.
There's something called Reclaim Campaign.
Yes.
And it's a group where we are involving people throughout the state to do 3 things.
Okay.
1, find candidates that are not only having their heart in the right place, but have the persuasion skills, the humor, the communication skills to turn the low information voter.
Yes.
2, how to raise more money earlier so we get those people over the finish line.
For sure.
3, how to increase their political voice, achieve dominance in their county. I just sprung that on you, but on the surface...
No, I love that, but that's one thing that I want to encourage politicians. Obviously, you got to be nice, but we need politicians to be more unapologetically outspoken and not worry about the opinions of strangers. We need people that are more bold. So if you want to be bold and you want to get into politics, I really encourage people to just speak their mind and not hold back to try to fit in, because we need candidates that are going to go buck the trend and not just follow it.
Thank you so much for speaking with you. I so appreciate it. Have a good rest of the conference.
Awesome. Thank you, Raj. That's
great.
You're
welcome. Let me get that mic.
Anytime I need to share it,